If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Well, I couldn't resist having to show you this with Billie Eilish because I've seen a couple other things in the last week or so and I wanted to cover it, but I was like, But now I can just combine it into one video of more nonsense from Billie Eilish, who of course cleaned up folks at the AMA Awards as if they're real. But what's frightening about it is that she sung that song, All the Good Girls Go to Hell, where she talks about Lucifer being lonely, her lovely Lucifer, hailing Satan throughout the song. And watching the sickening crowd goo goo gaga drool over this disgusting, absolute disgusting disgrace of a song. And I'd like to say the same about Billie Eilish, but I can't. Because remember, I did get a strike once for hurting Billie Eilish's feelings. I was told I was bullying her. So let's just leave it at that. But of course, Billie's out there and she has her hair up, of course, to make it look like, Baphomet horns, like devil. And then of course, for those of you who are not, if you aren't suspicious and don't get what the climate, global warming and the climate change agenda is about, it's time to wake up to it. Why do you think all these celebrities are pushing it? You think that they actually would care about a cause like this? It's about population control. It's about carbon tax. It's about a lot of things. But Billie Eilish wearing a shirt that says no music on a dead planet. And everyone's like, oh, she's so inspirational. Of course, she's sticking her tongue out. That's the serpent's tongue. That's why you always see these celebrities doing it. They're not going, take my temperature. They're not going, on magazine covers from Miley Cyrus all the way down. Gene Simmons, I think his name is, from Kiss. It's a serpent's tongue. There's a reason they always do it. They're not just, somebody doesn't go smile for a picture and they go, I'm picking my tongue out like a 2-year-old. Okay? These people are all a part of the occult. And she's getting praised, of course, for, she just brought the support for climate change to the American Music Awards. And I don't even know what the American Music Awards are. I don't know if this is a new award. Because, how many of these shows do they have? From the MTV ones to the Grammys. It's just all the same satanic occult crap. And, of course, this is where the false idol worship comes in, right? Because these shows are on over and over and over. The dumbed-down audience, they keep seeing it. They bow down to them. Oh, they're so great. They're so wonderful, these people. Oh, look, Taylor Swift got 6 awards. Oh, my gosh. Oh, and then Taylor Swift's talking about Equal Opportunity Act and all this other stuff, which is all propaganda. And they just continue to get dumbed down by these people who continue. Billie Eilish literally has like white eyeballs as she's singing. She's like, I know most people hear this and they just like laugh because they go, no, they believe people are demonically possessed. Well, they are. People can become demonically possessed. It is a real thing. And as she's singing the song, I'd also like to remind people that, in the video that I covered, where she's got the wings, right? The same thing with Ariana Grande. Even backmasked, you can hear her saying, Lucifer, my lonely Lucifer, I love you, Lucifer, that kind of stuff. And that's backmasked, which shows you, backmasking works. It works both ways. They're hitting you all the time with subliminal messaging. Just saying, come here, Lucifer, things like that. Really sick stuff. And then another thing, of course, with Billie Eilish, which I wanted to point out, they had Billie Eilish on a skit with Jimmy Kimmel. Now, Jimmy Kimmel just continues. How many times have I covered this? Jimmy Kimmel's obsession with doing these skits on his show with like 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds. It's really sick. 5-year-olds, young kids. It's really sick. He had that episode where there was a Tinder app for kids. He's done the baby bachelor and bachelorette, sexualized. It's really just sick. But this is who these people are. And they did a skit with Billie Eilish. When we fall asleep, where do we go? So it's Billie Eilish talking to kids, right? And she asks them all weird stuff. Now, one of the things I want to point out before I get into this creepy, obviously is this plan. They pretend like this is all improvised and real. Like they just grab these kids like off the street. Like, hey, we're on Craigslist. You want to come on the Jimmy Kimmel show? Right? These kids are obviously already indoctrinated, unfortunately, because their parents are likely a part of a coven. They've gone through Freemasonry, the Eastern Star, obviously parts of the occult. You don't get in this business. They don't just go, your kid's cute. Do you want to be on Jimmy Kimmel? Unfortunately, the naive people out there think that's how it works, and that's why they continue to chase these dreams that they can never achieve, because they don't realize that they're just making you a mouse in a wheel going in a circle, and it's just life just beats you down to the point where I'm 40, I wanted to be an actor, and I have no job now, and I have no family, and my life's over, and let me drink and do drugs and die off. And that might be extreme, but I mean, that's really what they do in this world. But take a look at the wall here, right? You have all the stars. Again, remember, everybody just thinks, oh, they're just throwing stars up. Everybody loves the Dallas Cowboys. You see the crescent moon and the star. Now, where do we see the crescent moon and the star? We see it in occult symbolism. We see it with our buddy, the Baphomet, right? Now, the moon goddess Diana, and the morning star that they claim is the morning star, Lucifer. It's used in white witchcraft and Satanism, as you can see from the symbol there. And where else, by the way, do we coincidentally see that? Oh, yeah, that's the symbol on the Comet Ping Pong sign. You know, Pizzagate, Comet Ping Pong. Right, I mean, I'm sure that's a coincidence, too, that it's marked there, right, on that building with the or does James Alefontes also happen to love moons and stars? I guess these people just all love gazing up at the stars. I guess it's just, they love that and they love eyeballs, because we're seeing it all over the place. So then, this is where it gets even more disturbing. You got this kid here, right? He's in the black and white Masonic checkerboard, always how they work. They show you who they are. They show you how they operate. Look what he's wearing, right in your face, right? She starts asking him questions about, what he sees and dreams. He's talking about, It the Clown, or he's talking about and he's talking about cannibalism. He goes into eating people, eating cats, drinking a grandmother's blood. I mean, unbelievable stuff, right? And everyone in the crowd just giggles. They're like, oh, the laugh box is on. I guess we all need to laugh. Oh, and those people like a call for an uprising. They're crazy. They can't just take a joke. Boy, these people sure like to talk about cannibalism a lot.
He's sitting on your head and eating candy. And he's eating a cat. And he's eating a dog and a person.
Okay.
And he's drinking a grandmother. And he's drinking a polar bear.
They sure like to talk about eating kids and abortion and blood and vampire mask facials. And yeah, but it's all coincidence, right? It's not a massive indoctrination. There's never been a time period where there's been an indoctrination this heavy going on in the world. And all you need to see to actually understand and believe that is look at Billie Eilish singing All the Good Girls Go to Hell, and look at the crowd reaction as she yells Lucifer's lonely, her lonely Lucifer, and then boom, flames fly up, and everybody's cheering like this is a wonderful thing, and this is so cool, and they show these creepy men in the crowd who are drooling over Billie Eilish, who, I mean, I don't know how anybody could drool over Billie Eilish, but I can't say any more than that, because I, again, can't hurt anyone's feelings, especially Billie's and her loyal Beehive fan base, or whatever they call themselves. Not Beyonce Beehive, but I'm sure she has the same thing. You could just see her into the camera, just looking demonically possessed. I mean, this is the world we're living in. This is Babylon, folks. And I don't care if people say that's too extreme. Prove to me that it's not. Why, people come over, there's YouTube content creators who can't make content and they suck and they have awful personalities, right? And they don't realize nobody even wants to listen to anything they have to say. A lot of these guys just do videos on me because they can't even come up with their own content. And I sit there and I go, how do they not see this over and over? The only reason I have all this content is because this stuff is constantly being thrown in our faces every day. I'm not making it up. I didn't go call Billie Eilish and say, hey, do a performance of first write a song about Satan loving him, then do a song on stage and have flames coming out, put Lucifer's wings on. I mean, day after day, right? How much stuff is out there for me to cover? There's a #1 trending video of a cartoon about, killing for Satan. I mean, every day here in Babylon, there's something to cover because it is the rise of the Antichrist. And if you can't see it, you're either just tricking yourself or you've been so indoctrinated with a false belief in atheism and evolution that you need to shake yourself out of it. Because if you can't see all this Satanism, what do you think the Satanism is there for? You don't think God's really think these people are just doing this stuff because they think it's cool to have flames and fire and smoke, but they all believe in evolution like they claim? They're like, oh, I don't believe in that. I'm spiritual. That's what the celebrities say now, right? I'm spiritual, but I don't believe in God and the devil or heaven and hell. I believe we all go somewhere nice in the afterlife, all of us who do good things and are nice people. Oh, okay. Wrong. The only way to heaven, the only way to salvation is through Jesus Christ. And the reason that they are doing this stuff is because this is a spiritual war. And if you're an atheist, you're stuck in the middle of this. And, you're obviously, if you're stuck in the middle of it, you're on that side because you don't have salvation. And you're just looking at this stuff and thinking it's a big joke and artistic. It's because your brain is feeble. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. It's because your brain is feeble. You think you're smart. You're clueless. You're naive. You're sad. And you need to snap out of it before it's too late for you or anybody around you. Especially if those, who are parents who are raising their kids this way, believing in a false science they heard about in public school. Give me a break. This is spiritual warfare. Billie Eilish is I don't know what Billie Eilish is. All right? You want to say, we won't talk about gender, but I'm saying just in general, this thing is an actual demon because it looks like one. Look at the songs, right? All the good girls go to hell. She's got a song about burying her best friend. What do you think she's referencing? Human sacrifice. How the things that these people do to become rich and famous. All these celebrities like Bob Dylan coming out and talking about selling their soul for fame. Right? They all say the same stuff. You think it's all just part of an image that they're keeping up? They're telling you this is sigil magic. This is how it works. Bury my friend. People are like, wow. Is that if you were going to write a song and you're sitting there with a notepad, is that what you're thinking? You're like, I'm going to write a song called Bury My Friend. And the people are going, yeah, what a song. Huh? Anybody realizing what she's saying? Guess not. The spiritual war is on, folks. They're either with us or against us. And with us, I mean those of us who believe in Jesus Christ. Because everybody else, you're on the losing side. Stop worshiping these false idols. I thank you guys for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.